Your offer is the backbone of your business. With a bad offer, you'll be chasing leads. You will not be able to sell. And no matter how much sales objections you do, no matter how crazy of a funnel you have, you will not be able to scale. With a good offer, the leads will be chasing you. You won't need a crazy VSL funnel. You won't need to have some crazy in-depth strategies because the offer will speak for itself. In this video, I'm going to teach you exactly how I structure my offer, why your offer isn't working, and the exact strategy you need in order to create an offer that you can sell anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000. Now, this works for anyone. In this video in particular, it's structured towards fitness coaches. However, you can use the exact same information to scale any coaching business. Take a look right here. We're going to move over to the computer and I'm going to teach you right now. Now, before we get into it, I just want to preface that this isn't going to be some crazy flashy video or very entertaining, but it will be the most in-depth video you will ever find on creating an offer. I'm giving out all the information that I charge thousands of dollars for and just handing it to you right now. So lock in, watch the entire video, watch it multiple times, because I guarantee you, if you implement this and you implement it correctly, you will scale your coaching business. I've helped numerous people scale from 0 up to 10, 15, even 20K and beyond. So lock in, take some notes, and watch the full video. All right, how to make a coaching offer that is worth more than $5,000 from scratch. This is if you have no offer at all. Literally going through every single thing that you're going to need to do, regardless of what niche you're in, for coaching. I know I changed my shirt, the collar on the other one would not stop being messed up. So let's get right into it. You're going to learn why your offer isn't selling, the real issue that a lot of coaches fall into, the solution of this, how to actually structure your offer, and then what an offer truly is. So let's get right into the first thing. Why your offer isn't selling. So most coaches fail because they're selling sessions, not outcomes. If prospects can't clearly see the transformation, they won't pay a high ticket. It's basically saying, like, if you are trying to sell someone, but they cannot envision themselves at the end of the road, and all they're getting from this is the sessions, not the outcomes, then they're not going to buy, regardless of how smart you are, of how good your content is. If your offer isn't good, doesn't matter, okay? So you're stuck in a loop. This is most likely you if you're wanting to learn on this video. And if not, let me know if this is you, okay? And if it is, you need to watch this whole thing. So you book a call, it's going great, right? They say it's too expensive, so you have to practice your sales objectives, right? Obviously, practice your sales objections, practice your sales calls. You go back to booking a call, it's going great, it's too expensive again. So you lower the price, or you blame the prospects for being unqualified, when really this isn't the case, and I'm going to tell you why. So right now you're selling time and calls instead of transformations, like we said before, right? You're talking about features, the meal plans, the calls, the PDFs, but not actual outcomes. Your offer feels very random, okay? There's no real structure or system that they can follow, and they can envision themselves doing it. And the pricing feels inflated because the value isn't anchored. Your associated value needs to be higher than what you're actually charging, okay? So with this, they need to look at your program and assume, like, it is worth a certain amount, and then you have to charge less or equal to that in order for people to actually buy from you, right? So the symptoms of a broken offer right now, which is where you're sitting at if you're facing these problems, is you have a low call to close rate, right? You're sitting at like under 20%, regardless of what price you get to. You have to constantly hear about objections, and you think that it's your sales ability, but it's truly not, okay? You're constantly lowering the price, you're getting ghosted after sending the link, and your calls feel like a fight instead of a flow. If this is you, and you are in this trap, then I promise you, the offer is the problem. But a lot of people will think it's something else. So we're going to go into what is actually the real problem, okay? The real problem is you're not marketing. It's not your marketing or your content. The root of the problem is your offer. It doesn't make people feel certain about the results, okay? People have to look at what you're offering, and instantly know or instantly feel like that is going to bring them to the desired result that they're looking for. An offer is just what you are offering to people, right? And getting them somewhere. So when you're stuck in this loop, it causes you to have no clear end result, no unique system, and no guarantee or risk removal, right? So they can't actually envision themselves at the end of it. They don't see you different from anyone else, and there's no removal of risk, so they feel like they're just betting on it, okay? This is going to cause prospects to hesitate. This is going to make you look like everyone else, and buyers do not trust you. This is not what you want. This is the last thing that you want, and it's all stems down to your offer. So you're going to get ghosted, they're going to choose another option, and you're going to experience imposter syndrome. All of these lead into common excuses, like I said before. I need better objection handling. The leads aren't qualified. People can't afford me. But that's not the case. I guarantee you that's not the case. And I guarantee you, if you start focusing on the actual problem, which is your offer, you will start making more money. But a majority of people, and I'm saying a large majority, are focusing on the things that don't actually matter. They matter overall, but they aren't the thing that is directly correlated to why you're not able to actually make money. You're focusing on your sales skills, your content creation, your qualified leads, or other problems, when in reality, you have to fix your offer first, because your sales calls are based on your offer. Your content creation is based on your offer. Your leads are coming to you because of your offer. All problems are based around your offer. Everything in your business is based on your offer. That is why it's so incredibly important. So once you stop chasing distractions and start fixing your offer, you can move into the framework that actually sells. But I want to preface this. You have to understand, and you have to come to the conclusion too, and truly realize that your offer is the problem. If you keep thinking that it's your sales abilities, if you keep thinking it's your content, if you keep thinking it's qualified leads, if you keep thinking of anything else, it might be. But if you don't have your offer on lock to start, it does not matter, okay? So once you start focusing on what really works, this is how you're going to make your offer. This is what you need in order to know what your offer is. The next one, we're gonna go over how to actually structure it. So here's the exact framework I use to take a weak random offer and turn it into a $5,000 plus package clients are excited to buy. This is exactly what I do with all of my clients. This is what I would do with you if you end up working with me, or if you want to work with me in the future. Not saying you do, just for the people who know that they actually want to take it a step up. First, you start with picking your person, all right? So we want to pick one specific person that we are helping. One specific person. So why? Why, and what does that mean? When you're targeting everybody, you're really targeting nobody, okay? Because this is gonna leave people sitting here thinking, like, is this really for me? But when you're targeting one specific person, for example, busy professionals who want to lose 20 pounds in 90 days, it's going to resonate with that one person so much better, and you're actually going to be able to close these deals, because you need to have authority in your niche around a specific problem or topic. The only way that you can do that and actually have authority, unless you have millions of followers and you already are a household name, you can't target everybody, okay? So how do you actually pick a person? Well, find someone who either you were like, or someone who you're just confident you could solve their problems, okay? Overweight moms, busy professionals, you can get more specific. Actors who are going to be on camera, right? So you want to know these kind of factors: their age, their personality, their lifestyle, their area, their profession, their income, their current stage, like all of this. The more you know about someone and the more you figure out about someone, right? If you don't know, go to these people, ask, figure out what it's all about, okay? Then you go into identifying pain points. Once you figure out who you want to help, then you identify pain points, okay? So what do you actually identify? You want to identify daily struggles, okay? So whether they can't stay consistent, whether it's the workouts, whether it's they're not working, or workouts not working, sorry, I don't know why I said that. But overall, you want to figure out what they struggle with on a day-to-day basis. Now, this can be very, very in-depth, right? These could be relationship problems, right? Not everyone is a fitness coach, so it doesn't need to be this. It could be a time management coach, right? You could be a sleep coach. You could be a relationship coach. You could be a make money online coach, right? All of it. You need to figure out what daily struggles this specific person has that you chose and identify the pain points of them. Not only do you need to know daily struggles, right? Which you can just simply think about this, think, oh, if I was in those shoes, what would I be struggling with? Or go and ask. Literally find these people and ask. So, after daily struggles, emotional frustrations, right? Low confidence, embarrassed with body. These are going to be more deep-rooted problems that aren't as obvious on the outside, right? Workouts not working, can't stay consistent. Those are obvious. You can see if someone's not staying consistent. You can see if the workouts aren't working for them. But these are more deep-rooted. Why it's not working, right? They're embarrassed with their body. They have low confidence, right? Any of these sort of things. Maybe they feel like they're not doing enough. And then obstacles. What's keeping them from being able to do that? They have no time, supposedly. They have no accountability, which can be solved, right? That's what you're there for. So first, identify these sort of things. Like map out what their day-to-day life looks like. Every single day of their life, like what this actually looks like, what problems they're facing, what things do they want solved, all of that. You need to understand someone's problems. If you can identify someone's problems better than they can, then they'll believe that you can also understand their solutions better than they can. And you should be able to, okay? Why it's important. Pain is what motivates people, not buying features. Not only does pain motivate people to like buy your coaching program, pain is the biggest motivational driving factor ever. Like ever. Pain is much more motivating than desire. Pain is much more motivating than wanting something big, right? The pain of not having what you want is much stronger than like wanting it. Does that make sense? So you need to understand the pains. If you don't know their core pains, your offer feels random and easy to ignore. If it doesn't speak to them, resonate with them, and everything they believe in, then they will not come to you and they will not see you as the solution, okay? The clearer the pain point, the easier it is to position your offer as the exact solution. Yet again, if you don't understand what they're struggling with, how are you supposed to give them a solution to it? Simple as that, okay? Now, don't try to solve everything. Focus on 2 to 3 main pains. And these are going to be like bigger, deep pains, okay? Not surface level pains, deep pains. So pick the problems your niche cares about the most, okay? So for example, if you're helping like in the fitness niche, a lot of them are going to be low confidence, no discipline, self-doubt, right? This is more for people who are maybe like overweight, not necessarily people who are, you're going to be training them to be on stage, right? It's going to be different for every single niche, every single person you have. So don't just copy these 3. Truly figure out what those will be for you, right? Low confidence could be, I hate how I look in pictures. I feel embarrassed taking off my shirt. No discipline could be, I keep falling off after 2 weeks. I can't stick to a plan. Self-doubt. I tried everything and nothing works. Maybe I'm not built for this, right? These are things, these are very basic ones that like everyone deals with sometimes. So get a little more deep rooted than that, okay? If you can understand someone's pains better than they can, you can understand their desires or their solutions better. Okay, that brings us to the next one, figuring out desires. So why this matters? Why do you need to know their desires? Pain gets attention, but desire drives sales. If you can understand, like I said earlier, what their pain points are, pain is the number 1 driver, but only if it also has the desire, right? What are they feeling pain that they're broke? Well, what's the desire? Getting money, right? They're feeling pain that they're overweight. Well, what's the desire? Not being overweight, right? So they tie in together. Pain points always have an additional desire that goes around with them. So if you can get their pain attention or use the pain points to get their attention and then show them that you solved the pain points and give them their desire, that's what drives the sale. People don't just want to fix a problem. They want to move forward in life, the life that they imagine, right? So You're not just fixing a pain, you are bringing them away from that pain and past it to the next version of themselves. Okay, next version of their business, the next version of their body, the next version of their relationship, anything. So how do you actually uncover these? So basically ask, like, what outcome would make them feel proud? Okay, so with this, it's like, look for surface level desires. So losing fat would make them proud, building muscle, more energy would make them proud. But why? You need to have deeper, real desires, okay, which we're going to get into in a sec. Now, how are you actually going to use these? You're going to tie every promise back to the specific result they crave, okay? Every desire they have, you're going to tie that back. You're solving the pain point and you're bringing them to the desire, okay? So once you have their surface level desires, you're going to dig deeper, right? Why do they want to lose fat? Because they'll finally feel comfortable in their own skin. See how that is so much more convincing, so much more driving? Why do they want to build muscle? So they'll finally be respected or admired for their physique, right? Maybe they feel invisible and they know that once they get in the best shape of their life, you're no longer going to be. Why do they want more energy? So they can have the freedom of a body that doesn't hold them back, so that they can live life in the way they want to live it. It's not just about losing fat just for the health benefits. Yes, it is that as well. But why health benefits? Why do you care about that? So you can live with your family that you love, so you can be there when your kids are old as well, right? All of this. You need to understand their pain points, then their desires. Now, you have to craft a clear end result, okay? So the main outcome or promise, the main outcome or promise your client. Oh yeah, sorry. The main outcome or promise your client will get needs to be the main focus of your offer. Sorry, for some reason I had a hard time reading that. I don't know why. So, example, pain is they can't lose fat. Desire is confidence. Clear result, lose 20 pounds in 90 days. This solves their pain point of can't lose fat, and it's 20 pounds down in 90 days, which is the biggest confidence booster ever. People are going to be saying, oh my God, how did you lose that fat, right? They're going to look in the mirror and they're going to be unrecognizable. So clarity creates certainty, and certainty makes people say yes. It needs to be very, very clear what they're going to get out of the end of it. It needs to be clear on your calls. It needs to be clear on your in your content. It needs to be clear when you're like literally just saying what your offer is. All of it needs to be very, very clear who you help, where you're taking them from, and where you're getting them to. You do not want to just be helping people lose fat. Lose fat in 9 days, yes, but who are you helping, right? If you're helping everyone, you are helping nobody. You have to niche down, not just to what they're getting, not just the lose fat in 90 days. Yes, that's the end result, but what does that do for them? That makes them feel confident. That makes them finally get through where they're able to lose fat because they have the accountability they need, everything, right? And then ultimately frame it as a transformation, okay? So a common mistake is coaches sell time and features, right? 12 calls and PDFs. If your coach is just giving you PDFs, I'm sorry, but that is most likely not a good coach, okay? And if you're just offering PDFs, PDF workouts, PDF nutrition advice, you are not doing enough, and your offer is not strong enough, and it is not worth thousands of dollars, okay? Sell the before and after transformation. So you are taking them not just through calls, not just through PDFs, but you're taking them from where they are literally to their dream outcome. You are not selling coaching calls. You are selling the confidence to take off your shirt at the beach in 12 weeks. Okay? That is what you're selling. That's what your content needs to get across. That's what your sales call needs to get across. That is what your offer is. Now, what it includes, all the little features inside of it, yes, it includes stuff, but that's not what you're constantly praising, okay? Once you have this, once you understand the pain points, the desires, the clear end result, we have to figure out what we actually need in that offer to give that to them, right? So, what every offer needs. For an irresistible offer, it must check these 4 boxes. Oh my lord. Miss even one and people hesitate to buy, okay? So, oh, there's more. Wait, no. 5 boxes. That's my bad. So, first is the 3-phase signature system. This is what makes you different from everyone else. And this is what your offer is based around, okay? So, what is a 3-phase signature system? It's the 3 phases or 3 things that you focus on as a coach to get people the results, okay? Name each phase, explain the outcome of each phase, not the features. Show where they start and end, okay? So, for example, a good coaching example for fitness would be like phase 1, reset, phase 2, rebuild, phase 3, reinforce. So what does this mean? Phase 1, this is like what you'd be doing. You'd say, we're gonna get in, fix the nutrition and the mindset so that you finally have all the capabilities to lose that first 5 pounds that you're actually looking to lose, right? You're gonna have the mindset so you know that you are gonna stay consistent, blah, 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 right? Reset. You're not saying all the little features that they're getting. You're not telling them all the little calls that they're getting, how they're going to do this. You're going to tell them what they get, what's the outcome, right? First 50 pounds, whatever it is. It was just a basic example. Phase 2, rebuild. You're going to get the strength training system, which is going to build strength and visible changes, right? So once we implement this, you've already lost those first couple pounds because now you have the nutrition in place, you have the mindset in place. Now we are going to show you exactly how to train so that you can start building those muscles, lose even more fat, and finally look like the person that you want to look like. Lastly, we reinforce that. So we implement lifestyle systems so that you can live life in the way that you want, but also in a way that'll make you better. So you keep the weight off permanently. See how I'm not explaining all the stupid little features and everything? So now let's look at mine, right? This is my offer example. This is my actual offer. So our 3-phase system is offer creation, content that converts, and client acquisition / delivery, okay? First, we craft you a premium offer, the one that sells for $5,000+, right? One that you can sell. So with this, we show you exactly how to craft your offer, the psychology behind it, kind of like what this video is, just obviously like a lot more in depth. One that makes people chase you instead of having to chase leads, right? It'll be so good that people come pre-qualified because of the content, which is the next thing. Overall, just building you an offer that is so good, clients feel dumb saying no. Second, phase 2, content that converts. So we build you content that is authority-based. Basically, attracts clients that are ready to buy. Your content is going to pre-qualify people. Your content is going to consistently bring you leads. Your content is going to basically like put yourself out in front of people so that you're able to influence thousands of people. And it's built in a way where you don't need tens of thousands of views. You could have a few hundred views and still get clients because you're only reaching out to people who are actually your ideal audience. And they see you as the only solution. Last, phase 3 is client acquisition. It's / delivery, but it was too big for right here, where we teach you how to master closing so you're able to consistently sign clients that want to pay you $2,000 to $5,000 plus, like day after day. And on top of that, show you how to keep those clients, give them amazing results so that you can get better content. And it's a loop where you're just consistently making more and more and more money. Okay. So that's kind of what my 3-phase system looks like. Okay. Go deeper into each phase, what they actually mean, right? So I'm using mine as an example. I'm going to go deep into mine, explaining basically like what you get in these phases so that, and it's just like written out just what you get in each phase so that you understand what I mean by going deeper, right? You have your 3 phases. Maybe it's reset, rebuild, reinforce. Obviously it should be different than those, but now go deeper. So for mine, offer creation, right? We're focusing on this in the first 1 to 4 weeks. We lock in an irresistible, outcome-driven offer that separates you from every other coach. Basically makes it so that you are in, what's it called? You are like an object of one, okay? You're the only person that someone can actually go to in order to become, like, in order to get their problem solved, right? Coaching and online coaching is oversaturated because everyone looks the same. So what we do right away is separate you from everyone else so that you're able to consistently close people because you are the go-to guy, all right? Second, we identify and define the exact clients you're gonna pay for. Kind of like what we did in this video, obviously a lot more in depth, okay? We're going to package and price your offer so it feels like the obvious solution, right? Package it, which is kind of what this is. Obviously, again, more in depth. And we do it in a way where it is so good that people feel like they're getting it for like a steal, right? Even though they're paying like thousands of dollars for it, they feel like they're getting it for a steal because of the way that it's positioned. We're gonna position you as the only logical choice in your niche, which I talked about before, right? We're gonna map client pains and desires so clearly they trust you before they even get on a call because your offer is so concrete. Basically, you're gonna walk away with the category of one premium offer built to close high ticket clients. Now, this is what we do right away. After that, we go into the content that converts. So we focus on this for quite a while because content is so incredibly important. We build you a content system that is going to consistently bring you leads day in and night. When you're not even posting, not even on your phone, you're going to consistently get leads in your phone, right? We're going to show you how to post types and structures that create authority, connection, and proof. So they position you as an authority in your niche so people trust you. They build connection with your prospects so that they feel like they already know you. And then you show proof to them so they know that you actually get results. And if they start working with you, they would too, right? You get a plug and play calendar and content library so you never wonder what to post, okay? With this, we show you how to, one, structure out your post so you know how often to post, what to post. We show you how to use AI automation to give you post ideas, to write content for you, all of that. And we show you in a way where it's not like you are completely out of control. You're controlling it, you're showing it what you want, and it's just speeding up the process for you, right? As well as a content library. So that's basically, you're gonna get hooks, you're gonna get you're gonna get hooks, you're gonna get like the psychology behind scripts, all that stuff, okay? Templates that turn your client wins and results in new lead magnets. So that's why I said the more results you get, the more money you make because it goes back into your content. And we show you how to use that to get more money. Streamline editing workflow that cuts the time in half. We're gonna show you how to edit in a way that makes it so that you can cut the time you're actually editing in half. So you're able to spend more time with clients, you're able to spend more time actually advertising, you're able to spend more time with your family and get better results, make more money. Basically, you get a repeatable content engine that positions you as an expert and drives, right? It's gonna drive sales, it's gonna drive leads into your phone. Overall, you're just gonna know exactly what to post, when, for stories, for long form, for short form, everything. All the advertising you'll ever need. Third, client acquisition and delivery, right? So we install a complete acquisition system so you can book calls, close them, and retain clients at scale, okay? Proven sales frameworks that take your calls from open to close. Now, I've invested a lot of money into actual sales training. We'll get into that a little bit later. You'll know what that means, but you're gonna learn exactly how to open and close, all the psychology behind it, all the different frameworks you can use. You're gonna get scripts of objection handling that remove hesitation and close more clients, right? Obviously, you need to know how to objection handle. Then you need to know how to pre-objection handle, so that's what we go into as well, so people don't even have objections. DM and outreach flows that turn cold leads into booked calls daily. So how to actually DM people, not only just DMing them, but automated DMs so that they're automatically getting DMs, they're automatically warming them up, automatically getting free resources so that you are positioned as an expert. Client onboarding and fulfillment systems that keep clients longer and generate referrals. So how to give your clients amazing results. I focus a lot on client results over like actually getting more money, right? Because client results are so incredibly important. So we show you how to get your clients amazing results and keep them longer so you're increasing the lifetime value so you can make more money on each client, okay? Overall, you get a predictable system that takes strangers to high ticket clients and keeps them, right? So now, what is the structure of the coaching? This is basically how you're actually doing the coaching, how they're getting all that information. So the structure is which the clients will be acquiring and applying the information, giving them the transformation promise. The best coaching structure that I've found and that I've gained from all the different mentorships I've gone through and just years of actually doing it is this. One-on-one calls, specifically like 1 to 2 a week, because this is enough where they're getting hands-on guidance to refine their systems and overcome bottlenecks quickly, okay? you can go through anything that they really need. Video training library. So this is what you're watching right now, right? Instant access to step-by-step modules covering every piece of information. Now, in this is like what it would look like, but on every single step, okay? The content thing, like an entire video on top funnel, entire video on middle funnel, entire video on bottom funnel, short form content, long form content. Anyone who's actually in the program will know what I mean. I know that the modules are very incredibly in depth, but made in a way where they're very easy to understand. Direct support. So this is basically just your personal phone number or a way to DM you. Content and call audit. So going over their stuff in real time, optimizing performance, making sure that their videos are doing good, making sure that their DMs, their calls are doing good. And then group calls, which is to connect and collaborate with other people. Why do all of these work? So one-on-one calls covers personal bottlenecks or questions while also building a more personal connection with your clients, okay? Which is very, very important. Video modules go in great detail and universal information that can apply to all clients, allowing them to go back in any time and review and learn, right? You can teach them more in like video modules than you can in 2 calls a week. You know what I mean? They can go through, they can watch these videos over and over and over and over. Direct support adds a level of comfort and convenience as an addition to the calls, which allows faster problem solving. I'm constantly messaging my clients always about wins, about going over like their YouTube. They're always asking me questions. I'm just answering them, right? Call audits, making sure you cover any gaps the client is missing by reviewing what they are doing and improving upon it. And then group calls, good environment so that people can take ideas from other people. They can show their wins, basically all of that. So this is what mine looks like, and this is what yours should look like too. You can cut out the group calls if you don't have a lot of clients, and you can cut out content and call audits because you're not going to be doing that, but you should be doing workout audits. You should be asking them how their workout went. You should be going through all that. This is what mine looks like. Copy it, okay? Literally copy these, like not the what my offer actually is, but copy the format, okay? Next, bonuses. Bonuses are added value for the clients, but low effort on your end and easy to fulfill for everyone, right? So we're going over what my bonuses are so you can kind of understand, okay? I have $30,000 worth of additional information in my program that you just get for free when you become a client, okay? This is just because it doesn't take much effort on my end because I've already done it. I've already learned this information, so you're just getting it. So sales training. The sales training you're getting is worth $20,000, or that's like how much training I've done of sales that I have in this program, okay? I've done sales training, so you're gonna get the full call role plays. We're gonna go through, full call frameworks and closing scripts, role plays and objection handling, and then close consistent high ticket clients. What I talked about before. Now this is kind of just additional in it. I'm gonna give you all the information that I've learned and explaining it all to you so that you can do the same. Content vault, what we talked about before, right? This is typically $1,000. However, we're just including it for free in the program. You get 100+ hooks and captions, AI content systems for ideas and frameworks, and authority-proof frameworks. Basically, so you can speed up your time, and get more clients, okay? DM systems, plug and play DM scripts so you know exactly what to do to build authority in the DMs, affordable voice notes so that you can record voice notes once and send them to multiple people, and then many chat automations so that you can consistently get automated leads and nurtured in your phone every single day. Content audit, what we talked about before. This is something I do, but you don't have to do as a coach. That's why it is a bonus. Normally I charge $1,000 for this, but it's just included for free in it. So we go through your posts, do breakdowns and rewrites, hook structure tweaks, and personalized content fixes. So we go through it and I look at it. I tell you what could build more authority, what could build better connection with your audience, what could nurture them better, what can you do to show more proof, position yourself as the go-to person, all of that, okay? Going through people's content, literally earlier today, went through someone's YouTube video, told them exactly what they can do to improve it. Retention toolkit, this is just a little thing where you're getting like onboard templates so you know how to onboard people better. Basically, that's it. Just keeping people on longer so you can get more money from each client because they want to pay more, right? And then this one, this is a pretty big one, AI automation mastery. So you get to know the exact AI prompts and workflows so you can speed up your process exponentially. This is for content, this is for copywriting, this is for lead gen systems, all of it. You're gonna get a lot of AI automation. showing you exactly how to do that. So it's going to save hours a week. Those are the bonuses, right? Bonuses alone should be an entire program by itself. I'm not kidding. Bonuses alone, people should be willing to like pay for that. And that alone should be worth however much your program is worth, or even more, because that positions the associated value so much higher. So when you tell them like, oh, $30,000, or let's say like, keep it crazy, like $10,000 of bonuses, but I'm only charging you $2,000, right? For example, like a fitness coach or something, they're gonna say, duh, and they're gonna buy it, right? This is going to add exponential amount of perceived value and result in an increased closing rate, right? So these are mine. Obviously, don't copy these, showing you examples of bonuses. If you truly do not know what bonuses to do, literally build your offer, right? Your top 3 things and your coaching structure. Go to ChatGPT and say, what can I do for my clients to add them an incredible amount of value, but not a big amount of time on my end, right? Because the bonuses are just an additional thing. It doesn't matter if it takes a lot of time on your end. Your clients don't care if it takes a lot of time on your end. They care if it's getting them better results quicker, right? Risk removal and guarantee. This is the last part of any offer structure. So a guarantee is a strategic promise of result or support designed to reduce client risk, enhance perceived value, and increase closing rates, okay? Common kinds is extended coaching guarantee, which you guarantee the coaching will be extended however long they need if they don't reach a mark. This is a very, very good one for any price range. Result guarantee. So you guarantee results or the client doesn't pay or gets money back. Satisfaction guarantee. You guarantee money back if they're not satisfied with the information or coaching. These are the 3 most common. There's technically one more, an anti-guarantee, which you don't have a guarantee at all. The only reason you would do that is if you're literally a household name and you already make millions of dollars. If you don't have a guarantee, you are missing out on a lot of money, okay? My guarantee is that if you don't make 10K within 6 months, I'll continue working with you for no additional cost until you do. To this day, we've never had someone actually have to utilize this guarantee. However, it's there because we're confident in what we do, right? So this is how you structure it, right? 3-phase system, coaching structure, bonuses, and risk removal and guarantee. If you have that, you'll have a very, very strong offer. Now, going to the next thing, what really is an offer? Yes, we've gone through, you know how to make it, but do you truly understand what it is? An offer isn't coaching calls or PDFs like you know. It's simply the promise of transformation that gets clients to pay premium. That is it. Good versus bad offer. Nobody buys a drill for the drill. They buy it for the hole in the wall. Same with coaching. Nobody pays for the calls. They pay for the life change the results create, okay? So bad offer is inputs, okay? Like calls, PDFs, support. That's bad. Vague promises with no timeline, sounds like work, and blends in with everyone else. This is what 99% of coaches' offers look like. It looks the exact same as everyone else. There isn't any clear promise or result other than just getting shredded, right? And they rely heavily on their features. A good thing is clear output or clear result, right? Making 10 to 20K a month, right? Like mine, or beyond, right? Losing a certain amount of weight for a certain amount of person. Specific transformation with the timeline, right? 6 months, 8 weeks, however long. Built around pain points and desires so that you're taking them from where they hate to where they want more than anything. Risk removal, which adds authority, right? And the only logical choice. This is what makes a good offer. So what does that look like? Coaches with a bad offer is basically like, this is them on the call, right? Or this is them explaining their offer. You're gonna get 12 coaching calls, weekly PDFs, and group support to help you learn about losing fat, right? This looks boring, this sounds work heavy, it's not unique, and it's hard to actually imagine an outcome, right? You're not telling them how long it's gonna take, you're not telling them what they're actually gonna get out of it. You're telling them that they're gonna have to read PDFs, right? Not that it's gonna speed up the time and make it easier, you're just telling them they're getting work, right? Good offer sounds like this. Lose 20 pounds in 90 days and finally keep it off. No endless dieting, no guesswork, guaranteed. This feels desirable. This is unique and specific. It's very easy to imagine, and it's worth paying for. No one, I guarantee you, no one watching this video right now is saying, yeah, no, I'd rather buy this first one than this second one. You're able to charge significantly more for this one, and more people are going to want to buy it. Okay? The catch. Here's the catch. Big catch. Knowing this and doing it are two very different things. Okay? Most coaches can't see blind spots in their own offer. That's why they keep spinning in circles. For example, just yesterday, I was talking to a coach where he's been coaching for not quite a year, but just about a year. And he just could not make it, right? Was not making the amount of money he wanted to, was not able to do it, was barely scraping by. We hopped on a call, first ever call with him. First 15 minutes, I was able to pinpoint the problem, swapped it around, and already he's on track to make more money than he has in the next month over the entire year. Simply because I was able to pinpoint the problem for him in 15 minutes, which took him an entire year to do so, right? As well as that, using this exact system, okay, right here, with the offer creation, with the content that converts, and with the client acquisition, my client Riley was able to start with 0 followers, 0 offer, 0 any idea of what he wanted to do. And in the first week, closed a $3,000 client, and now is hitting $1,000 days easily. Okay? And that's not an uncommon thing to see in this program. You're going to get all the information that you need, as you can see. And this is just kind of watered down what I could tell you on this video, right? And this is what I do every day. I help coaches take their scattered features and turn them into a premium, irresistible offer that actually sells. So I'm not saying this for you, but if you are a coach, you're struggling to get up to that next level that you're wanting to be at, whether you're at 0 and you're wanting to get to 5K, whether you're trying to get up to 10, 15, 20K plus, beyond, maybe even 30K. First link down in the description. You can book a call with me. We can go through it and we can make that happen. Otherwise, what I would recommend you do, go watch the next video or go watch the other video on what kind of content to post. So once you're done building your offer, you know exactly what kind of content to post based around that. But that's all for this video today. This is a pretty long one. If you watched it to the end, I want you to comment down below burger so I know that you watched. And with that being said, I will let you go. Later.